greatest thing and I don't know about.
If you tell you.
But I need to move back off on the road, man.
Alright, come short fast.
That and see man lick and see we look up in our ear and just.
Come Raj, come on, come the floor.
I'm ready.
I'm right there, same part.
Yeah, sure.
Dump truck. That's them lose the control light, you know.
They look to move and sitting off the road, brother. A gravel heap on them fuckers, so. All back on the scene. This cause the accident, they need to move it out the road. If truck come down and thing a swing from it, you see it, then if you move it.
Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The video that you saw at the start of this is of a dump truck that tried to do some sorts of maneuver in a Mount Russell. However, it seems as if it tried to avoid some sand and gravel, lost control, and because of the weight of the back, it tipped over in the precipice like you see. If you know anything about Flatbridge, going towards Mount Russell, you know that it is a dreaded place that most persons in Jamaica are afraid of, whether it is curse, mermaid, dopey, whatever the circumstances are. That place is a place that I try to avoid, unless, of course, I am going for the scenic views. However, usually I just take the toll. It is much easier. Whenever there's any sorts of accident or any sorts of unfortunate occurrences up there, it stalls you for hours. So I say this to say that the driver of this dumper truck, his co-workers, they are lucky to be alive. Whichever side of the bed or pillow that they slept on, they maybe need to sleep on it again because they should have been gone to the afterlife. Fortunately for them, they did not. It seems as if these people don't learn from the mistakes of others. It seems as if negligence and incompetence is the order of the day in Jamaica. People just unload all sorts of gravel, all sorts of rock, all sorts of stuff. In the road, they are not mindful of other persons, meaning motorists. People like me say, these people are fortunate. It is not going to be the case in a lot of cases, and a lot of persons have lost their life in that area, in that vicinity, over the past couple of years or decades, point blank and period.
It's just a beautiful day today. Behind the scenes.
So the next thing that is popping in the news and based on the video that you just saw at the start of this portion is of a very popular phone card man. That is someone that sells phone cards in NANNYVILLE. If you know anything about NANNYVILLE, there's a war that is going on in the Mountain View era. Mountain View, Backbush, Swallowfield. Fast forward a couple of chains down the road, also Rockford. Those places are the typical garrison. They lay dormant and then them broke out. And when they break out like so, it is a whole bunch of reprisal. It seems as if this popular phone card man known as government name Germaine Benjamine lost his life. He is the latest victim of this tit for tat, eye for an eye, tooth for tooth war that is going on in the vicinity. So the video that I just showed you obviously is before he lost his life. There's also a picture that accompanies this video. Because of YouTube's policy against violence and graphic nature pictures and videos, I cannot show that. However, he is seen in a long sleeve blue and red and kind of faded out jeans, blue, light blue kind of jeans, laid out. He has a couple of holes where a couple of holes are not supposed to be, in the head, in the upper chest, in the torso. Now people like me say, if you lay, if you live, if you associate, if them can't catch Quaco, them will catch him short. You do not have to be in any sorts of gang war. Your family does not have to be in any sorts of gang war. Whenever they do this tit for tat takeaway of the enemy, they are trying to make as much impact as they can. So therefore, if you are popular, you are going to send a stronger message. And I think such is the case as it pertains to Germaine Benjamine, the popular phone card man, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if producer SHAT Linval is about to bust the case once again, one more again. If you did not know, he was caught in a vehicle before with a toll, him and the next individual. That individual surprisingly took the rap. He bust that case fast forward a couple of months or a year or so later. 2022, in a place called Romeich that is in Montego Bay, there was a triple takeaway of some criminal elements. Based on the information, it is said that SHAT was one of those assailants that took away those 3 people. SHAT was said to have actually went on the mission in a ski mask and everything, but people recognized who he was. When I heard about this, not to say that SHAT is any sort of saint by any stretch of the imagination, I said that usually he keeps his hands clean. Usually he does not get involved directly with anything. He might have masterminded it, but to think that he was going to actually go on the mission was not sensible thinking. When that case happened, I said, you know, say, him a go bust the case. Based on the fact that a couple of weeks later, we heard that he was indicted. He was charged officially for the takeaway, the triple takeaway. There was a key witness who claimed that he was actually there, him escaped, and he saw SHAT. He recognized SHAT as one of the assailants. They used that person, that witness, to hold SHAT. There was a whole bunch of delays, a whole bunch of paperwork that was not transferred to the defense. The case keep getting delayed. However, the case, fortunately for the justice system, started on the 8th of January 2025, a couple of days ago. However, the twist is that the key witness was not present at court because the key witness is no longer living in Jamaica. The key witness is actually overseas, America to be specific. And that key witness is locked up in the States or in the feds for some criminal activity. Now, people, like I said, there's a whole bunch of delay. As a matter of fact, at one point, the judge was going to throw out the case because the prosecution keep giving all sorts of lame excuses. Now the excuse is that the key witness, the man that allegedly said that he was there, is missing, MIA, in a place close to MIA, as in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Merrimack to be specific. Now, people, when you hear stuff like this, and you hear that the key witness is missing at the start of trial, and they are trying to do some sorts of Zoom thing in which he can testify from overseas. Here's the thing. If you are the key witness, and if you are a criminal elements and gangsters make the best and worst witnesses, because if they were actually there, they were actually a part of the gang, then of course their testimony is going to be effective because them they did upon the scene of the crime. They knew or experienced everything firsthand. However, whenever you are making up stuff, you have ulterior motive to testify to get some sorts of perks, meaning lesser time, meaning lesser sentence, and you're lying. You're going to get tied up and twisted by any sorts of good defense lawyer, which is what SHAT has as his legal team. So people may just say, when it all started, I said that, yes, he is no saint, but more than likely, that key witness is lying. They are using that person to manipulate the case. They are using that person to give all sorts of fraudulent testimony. Not to say that SHAT had nothing to do with anything. However, if you can't identify somebody, especially if you claim that this person was at a specific distance or this person's head was covered with some sorts of mask, that witness, however, is going to be very ineffective, especially if that witness is lying, especially if that witness is missing, either DEAD or locked up in some foreign prison. More than likely, he is not going to be too thrilled to go on any sorts of Zoom meeting, especially if him knows that him did a lie, especially if him know that he is facing his own judgment overseas. But people like me say, that is yet to be determined. In my opinion, it seems as if SHAT is going to buck them again, beat the system one more again, point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the everlasting no ends to debate continues as to who is exactly the king of the dancehall. Is it BEENIEMAN? Is it Vice Cartel? Is it Yellowman? Can there be more than one crown for one king? This debate has been never ending. And the next person that is chiming in is a noted producer. His name is Mr. McGregor, Kemar McGregor. This is exactly what he has to say as it pertains to who is the king of dancehall and who is the king of reggae. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Yeah, me the king of one job, just like how BEENIEMAN the king of dancehall. That's how you go. Yeah, man, guys. Yo, no matter what, a BEENIEMAN the king of dancehall, and we know that. And Buju Banton the king of reggae. Nobody can take that from them. You understand me? Because you say Buju is the only reggae artist who can perform one night appear, roots and culture, lovers back on the place, burn down, and the next night him can go do a dancehall set on the place, burn down. So this is why Buju is the king of reggae. No disrespect to Bob Marley. Bob Marley, do him for though. I will salute him. But Bob Marley is not as great as Buju because Bob Marley cannot do dancehall. He only can just do one style, one of the genre, right? So Bob just can do the lovers rock and the roots and culture. Buju can do all of them, right? So this is why Buju is the king of reggae, right? Yeah. And BEENIEMAN is the king of the dancehall. You know, yeah. And BEENIEMAN is king of the dancehall worldwide, right? BEENIEMAN is not just king of the dancehall in the diaspora, Jamaica. You know, people that just make bag nights. BEENIEMAN is king of the dancehall worldwide, yeah? And here why? Because you are. BEENIEMAN is one of the only dancehall artists that you can go to the four corners of the world and say, yo, Sim, everybody say, who got the keys to the beamer? You understand me? So, the dancehall artists that might run on the title, we say them a king of the dancehall. No, BEENIEMAN is the king of the dancehall. And respect to every dancehall artist, what do them think? Now take one of the flowers, but BEENIEMAN the real king of the dancehall. And Buju is the king of reggae. Germaine McGregor, the Billboard king, we show one other platinum on the wall, right? So, kings and kings, all right? So it go.
So people, you heard what Kemar McGregor had to say. Kemar McGregor is a noted Billboard award-winning producer. So therefore, he has a reputation of knowing music. However, what he says is his own opinion. While he might be Billboard nominated producer, he is not Billboard. That means that what he says is not the gospel. He is just giving his opinion. Billboard, on the other hand, would be deemed as an expert. And their expert opinion is that Shaggy is the best artist out of the Caribbean in the latest 21st century. And that Sean Paul is the best artist out of the Caribbean, or rated number 88 worldwide, the most impact in music in the last 21st century, that is after 2000 or so. So therefore, if Shaggy sold Diamond and Sean Paul is rated 88, the only dancehall artist, Jamaican artist that is on the list, that means that Shaggy is the best dancehall artist, best album, and also that Sean Paul might be the king of dancehall. However, the criteria for the king of dancehall is the most dominant dancehall artist in Jamaica over the past decade or two, and that would be Vice Cartel, in my opinion. However, when we look at impact, the artists that have had greater impact, Shaggy and Sean Paul, internationally. As it pertains to Mr. McGregor's view as who is the king of dancehall, again, that is his opinion. As it pertains to his opinion, who is the king of reggae, Buju versus Bob Marley, people, you and I know who is the most impactful artist out of Jamaica, period, hands down, that is Bob Marley, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news based on the video that we just saw is that there is a sighting of Romeich producer and his artist Shenseea. Now, since that infamous incident as it pertains to Romeich and him friend them clotting up TikToker, he has been MIA, missing in action. And people are saying he is taking time to rehabilitate, to lick his wound, to do some sorts of damage control. There is even rumor that he turned to Christ. There's all sorts of rumor that he wants to take away himself. He is in depression. People, I cannot validate or verify any of those information. However, what I do know, and this is based on the video evidence, is that he is seen walking through the airport with his artist, Shenseea. Where are they going? Where are they coming from? Nobody knows. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.